how's it going? I wanted to make a video today that would be on a controversial subject to some. It is about DOT versus SNELL when it comes to motorcycle helmets. There's people that are passionate about the subject both ways. Some swear by DOT, others swear by SNELL and despise one or the other. I figured I'd have some fun and explain the two standards, at least the comparison, the gist of them both, and let you guys decide what you prefer. Granted, I will also give you my personal opinion on which I prefer, but I like to reinforce my opinions with facts, so it won't just be me spewing nonsense and just like meh, 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 and then basing my opinion on that. So let's begin. As you may already know, here in the United States we have DOT and we have SNELL. All helmets must meet the DOT standard, but not all helmets must meet SNELL. The basic difference is that DOT is the Department of Transportation standard that is set for all helmet manufacturers and that they must meet in order for the helmet to be sold in the domestic United States. SNELL, on the other hand, is a private safety rating company that was invented after, I forgot his first name, but last name SNELL. The dude SNELL died in a car accident, things back in the old days, and so a foundation was started and they created the safety rating called SNELL, which they believe had he worn a SNELL helmet it would have saved his life. So that's the basic information on DOT and SNELL. In order for a company to meet a DOT standard, they have to pass a whole list of different standards. One of them, however, is an impact test. In order to pass impact testing, a helmet has to be able to withstand a certain amount of impact on multiple parts of the helmet. So they take a helmet and they put it on a placeholder, and then they slam a flat and a spherical anvil onto that helmet at multiple different angles. Like they slam it down, they move the helmet around, they slam it down, they move the helmet around, and so it has to withstand certain impacts on like the chin bar, the brackets, the vents, just all around different areas. And if it takes more damage than what is set as a standard, then it fails. And if it can withstand that damage, then it passes. Simple enough. Obviously there's a lot more to it, but that's just the gist of the standard. SNELL, on the other hand, is, the way I like to explain it is, as far as impact testing, it is DOT times 2. So what a helmet has to do is be able to withstand that same impact 2 times. So let's say they put the helmet down on a chin bar. They place the helmet on the chin bar, they slam the anvil, they lift the anvil, they slam the anvil. And if the helmet takes more damage than what's allowed, then it fails the SNELL rating. In order to pass the standard, manufacturers have to make the EPS layer a lot stronger, and so they use a much harder EPS, and that's the usually white or gray foam inside the helmet. It's like it's the main protection that you have. So yeah, so in order to pass the SNELL standard, manufacturers make this EPS layer a lot harder, a lot crunchier and stiffer. The problem with that is that if we compare a DOT helmet and a SNELL helmet, they do 2 different things to meet 2 different standards. And so the EPS layer that they use is different on both helmets. A DOT helmet usually uses a softer, more squishy EPS layer, where a SNELL helmet uses a much harder, crunchier layer. Now, how does this softer, crunchy layer affect me, you might be wondering? Well, good lad, I will let you know. So the way that this affects you is if you get into an accident, let's say 50 miles an hour. If you have a DOT helmet and you crash, your head hits a much softer, squishier EPS layer, and so your head absorbs a much softer impact. Where if you're wearing a SNELL helmet, your head hits a much harder, crunchier EPS layer. But the fact that it hits a harder layer, you definitely get protected, but at the cost that you can actually walk away with a concussion, and you can actually get hurt from this layer of protection. That's why I personally don't like SNELL helmets, because I think it's one of those things where there's a time and place for it. If you're doing a track day or drag racing and you're, going at really fast speeds, a SNELL helmet definitely could protect you. But if you're doing just random street riding, you don't need that much protection. You're not gonna be going, or you shouldn't be going fast enough to need a helmet that can absorb that much impact. And so therefore a DOT helmet is more than sufficient because it's designed to meet all the standards of safety that you need for driving around the streets. And you get to walk away without a concussion or worse. So there you have it, guys. That's the basic comparison of SNELL and DOT, and why I personally believe that DOT is a much better option than SNELL. And again, this is based off of actual facts, not just me making stuff up and supporting my opinion. So if you have any feedback, if you agree or disagree, I would love to hear from the guys that are SNELL enthusiasts and actually prefer that over DOT, and what you guys say, what you guys think about this subject. Please let me know in the comments below what your thoughts are. I hope this information was useful and informative to you people out there. I hope it helps you out when you're making your next helmet purchase. Thanks again for watching. You guys have a great day. See ya.